in my country, we don't see China. China's invisible for us for all kinds of reasons.
本栏目是由美国加利福尼亚州沃伦市英记10家赞助播出，订餐电话510-465-1888。
Dr. Smith, it's nice to meet you, because you are an American doctor in economics. Please share with us your views on the Sino-US trade war.
Trump. What can I say? When I talk to my friends who are from China, and they talk to me about Trump, and we talk about many things. And one of the things I try to express is that for us meaning American citizens, or at least me personally, Trump has very little influence inside the country. So we don't really complain as much as people on the outside, because Trump has a lot of constraints. They're legal. Trump cannot make laws in our country, so that makes things hard for him. Trump cannot pass laws. He can only do things, and that is the problem that many of us are observing, because Trump also respects the laws of the land, but he will also still try to carry out his plans. If Trump tries to carry out a plan and the Congress makes a law that blocks it, or the court says, no, Mr. President, you can't do that, then he just does something else. So what you observe is not Trump. It's not really chaos, because Trump can't really create chaos. What you see is a government that's in like stops and starts. Like it starts, and then the congressman or the judges say, no, you can't do that. Then it stops, and then it starts, and then the judges. That's why you see, as outsiders, you'll see a lot of back and forth. And what you're witnessing, and I haven't really answered your question yet, but what you're witnessing is how in America the system of checks and balances works. If something over here is wrong, then the guys over here, could be Congress or the court, start working. And so Trump is here, now it's their turn, now so it goes back and forth. So it looks kind of crazy, but it's the one thing that keeps the country together, because if Trump had all the power, we wouldn't really have to worry about Korea and China, because then he could just do whatever he wants. But he cannot. But he can try. That's okay. That's his job. He can try. The problem is he tries many things that are against the law, and the judges say you can't do that, or he tries many things that gets blocked by the legislators. So when I see Trump with China, I just see Trump, as an insider, I just think, okay, Trump is going to try something, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, we'll be on top of it in the country. So but what I see personally, because that's what you're asking me now, is I see two different styles. I see Trump, as representing America. I don't really see him, yes, he's a man, but I see Trump as America. And then I see Xi Jinping as China. And I see China doing things differently. I don't see China, I could be wrong, but I don't see China like sending soldiers to different parts of the world. China's sending out engineers and builders and doing things, and America's sending soldiers and weapons, and it gets kind of confusing, because when you hear someone say like America is the most powerful country in the world, I talked to my Chinese friends and said, I don't know if America's powerful, but nobody's going to go invade China. I can tell you that. I said, there are too many Chinese people. I said, can you imagine America invading China? It was like, Mr. Trump, they keep coming. They're still coming. They won't stop. There's no way. So I think a lot of the things we see it's about perceptions and it's philosophical. Like, I think it has to do, what is the criterion for a strong country? Is America strong because it has lots of weapons? Or is China strong because it understands how to deal with people in a non-violent way? It's a very interesting philosophical question for me. So, is America like the most powerful, or is China the most powerful? It's difficult to tell because we have different systems. We use different systems for influencing the world. America's systems are more visible, because it has guns and weapons. The Chinese system is not visible, but it's subtle. But if you read and if you listen to the news, you know that China is doing stuff also to influence the world. But it does it in a way that's, for me, quite interesting. Like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know it's not violent, and that's what I see. So I see Trump and Xi Jinping sort of like as these two equals. As you said, they're at loggerheads, we say in English, but it seems that they're equals, but Trump's way of doing things is quite different. And we can look at the Koreas, when we look at how Koreas are coming together, we hear Trump, but we know like China's in the background. We know China's there, but we don't know what China's doing. But anybody that's smart and follows the news knows that China probably has done a lot to help the Koreas get together, and Trump has said a lot to sort of influence it, but we know more about what Trump is doing because it's louder. But if you ask me like Trump's influence on the world and how he is, I think it's good for newspapers, but the reality we really don't know. So I can't really say anything about the Trump Xi Jinping thing because there's more stuff going on, So that's my story, and that's how I think about it. But if you read the newspapers, American newspapers don't know China. We don't. I'll include myself. We don't know China. We don't speak Mandarin, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. So all we see is Korea, North, South, and America. Maybe China, nobody knows. We know they're there. Our journalists don't know because they don't speak Chinese. So it's kind of hard to tell. The normal American just sees the Koreas and Trump, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia. They don't see China. In my country, we don't see China. China's invisible for us for all kinds of reasons. The only thing we know about China is, and I was reading a story recently, is we think of China, we think, oh, they speak a language that's really hard, they have food that's kind of interesting, and they keep to themselves. Well, they don't keep to themselves, you just don't know what they're doing. Maybe they keep to themselves, but that's not the case. We can go to Africa, you can go anywhere in the world, we can see the influence of China if you just keep your eyes open. So, loggerheads, I think China and the United States are equals in this. But I think America's a little bit, well, not as diplomatic as it could be, but it's a new age. We have a new president. This will pass. In 2 years, we'll have a new president. It'll be somebody else. We already had Obama, now we have Trump. Every 4 or 8 years, it's going to be some new thing.
Can you predict Donald Trump will become a second round?
We can't predict. We didn't predict the first one, so we can't. When I laugh about it because we have it's sort of like an inside joke, because when he ran, we all know that not even Donald Trump thought he was going to win. That's true. He would admit it. His people would admit it. So now answer your question, no. People think like it's possible. He made it the first time. It was possible for him to get it the second time. So we make no predictions, none. People's like, it's possible.